Okay, I decided to try to make a different video. I put a different lens on this camera so maybe it'll focus in. But this is just a, I don't know, probably paid 19 bucks for it, 20 bucks, whatever, off eBay. But I don't know if you can read this, but it's marked, you know, on the left side and right side. On this side here it says capacity, you know, 10,000, which is bullshit, milliamps. And it's got 5 volt, 1 amp. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me get my finger out of the way. But maybe you can see that. And the right side is 5 volt, 2 amp. 2.1 amp, actually. Let me grab one of these cheap power supplies here. You've all seen these on eBay. Let me get it upside right here, but maybe this will show up a little better. But if you can see that, on the left side it's 2 amp, and on the right side it's 1 amp. Hope you can see that. But just look on your power supply and it'll be marked the same. So, the guy that made the video that I'm replying to said his camera wouldn't work. Well, went a couple things. You can see here that this is just the same dealio without no thing in the middle there. Actually, let me take this apart. This is one from China. The thing that converts the 5 volt 2.1 amp into 7.4 volt is inside this thing. The fake battery. So you plug that in, and then you plug this into the 2.1 amp side. Which I don't like this thing because, but it's going to be this one. Let me power this up. And there it is. You got the video. And now we'll start recording. Yeah, we're recording. I do just have a wide angle lens on that, the Alpha 6000 there. But you can see it's powered up just with, whoops, just with a standard $6 cord from China. Important thing is you got to plug it into the 2.1 amp. These things do recommend a 2.4 amp, which I'm going to probably buy one of these. That puts out a 2.4 amp. It'll make it a little easier to take the 5 volt and convert it into 7.4 volt if there's more amps. So 2.4 amp, I'm going to order one of those. But you can see it's recording. It's working just fine. Battery says 94, I can't even read, 94% I think. I got 3 hours and 8 minutes of recording time. But again, the guy in the video that I'm replying to probably had a USB power source that is either just 1 amp on both sides, or he didn't read it and figure out which side was a 2.1 amp, because these things do require a minimum 2.1 amp. So if you look at your power supply and figure out what side is 2.1 amp, and like I said, even these cheap ones, like, you know, these are like $6 from China, you know. It's marked right on it. 2.1 amp, 1 amp. And it comes in kind of handy too if you're charging something and you want it to charge faster and you plug it into the 2.1 amp side, it will charge quicker. But you can see it's working. Any questions, just reply. I hope that shows. But yeah, let's see if I can. I put a different lens on. Let's see if I can zoom in. Ooh, that didn't help. Well, there we go. Now you can see it. See that? The one side is 2.1 amp, the other side is 1 amp. The 1 amp side will not power the camera. And if I zoom out, and you see the 2.1 amp is on this side, well, that's what side the plug-in's on. That's how they did this one. Any questions, just ask. And it's still recording. And I did leave this run earlier, and everybody knows the Sony series tends to get warm in video mode. This is cool to the touch. It's not getting warm. Actually, the NEX 5 that I'm recording this with, it's getting warm from shooting this video. I can feel it. But the one with the dummy battery in it is cold to the touch. Still. So, I think the guy that made the video that I'm replying to just didn't research it enough and know what he's doing, and he made it more complicated than it needed to be. I'll go ahead and take this thing out. Let me shut the video off here. Turn the camera off. And we'll pop this out. We'll unplug this. But you can see that it's just, there's nothing in the middle. It's just the thing. And like I said, the thing that takes the 5 volt and converts it to 7.4 is inside the fake battery, the dummy battery. And the more amps you have, the easier it is for it to do that and put out a more consistent power supply. Thanks for watching.